Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Sri Nagi, Ayurveda and Medicine Doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today in this video we are going to talk about what's the difference between yoga and exercise. People come with the questions whether yoga is good or exercise is better because they feel more convenient in exercise. Some people say like we are doing yoga but we are missing our exercise part. So today in this video I am going to clarify many things which are related to yoga and exercise, and after this video the things will become extremely clear to you, like what is the exact difference between yoga and exercise and why it becomes very important to know these differences so that you can use both of these methods in a right way for your well-being. These days what's happening, most of the yoga forms that we see in the world, they look like exercise. Classical form of yoga is that yoga which is from ancient times coming as it is. We have not done any modifications in these yoga. It has been taught in Guru Shishya Parampara and the purity of the yoga has been kept alive. So that's why it becomes extremely important when it comes to classical yoga, and that's why a lot of importance has been given that the classical yoga that you are going to learn should come from the right source, because these are very powerful techniques and it is very important that you learn these powerful techniques sensibly so that you can avail the maximum benefits out of yoga, so that you will be able to differentiate clearly, like it is not just an exercise, it is much more than that. So let's talk about yoga first. As we know, the word yoga means union. So there is no one definition of yoga, but there are extreme many definitions for yoga. Like in Gita, it's been defined differently. In Patanjali Yoga Sutras, yoga has been defined differently. In various ancient texts of Indian literature, yoga has defined with various definitions according to perception of people. But the essence of yoga is way of being. It is not some kind of exercise form that you perform only 2 hours or 1 hour a day, and after that you are not after that you are just forgetting about it. But yoga is not just merely an exercise, but it is a way of being. How you speak, how you eat, how you walk, how you breathe, how you behave, how you feel within, how you deal with situations, how you overcome your reactions, how you spread pleasantness, how you are joyful, everything. All of these things comes under yoga, or you can say all these are the components of yoga. Yes, yoga has many components, and that's why it's been said, like for understanding point of view, we say yoga has 8 limbs: yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dhyan, dharana and samadhi. So these are the 8 wings of yoga which makes it complete for understanding. But if you want to know like what is yoga, it is asanas or it is just exercise form? No, yoga is a way of being, how you are, that is yoga. Let's try to understand all these 8 components of yoga which combine to form a way of being. For example, yam and niyam, these the first 2 parts, they are more of a do's and don'ts that a person should do, like he should take shower daily, he should clean his teeth daily, he should speak truth. So yam and niyam is more related to your moral practices, like you should not hurt other person, you should not say bad things to other person. All the moral things that we learn these days, that comes under yam and niyam. After that is asana and pranayam. These are more of physical practices. These are the procedures which we perform with the help of our body to nurture our well-being. Pratyahar and dharana, these are more of mental level practices or manas, in which or the practices in which your manas is involved. And dhyan and samadhi, that include the element of meditation and spiritual practices, that is dhyana. If we go with our ancient literature, like what is the most ancient literature in whole world, that is Rig Veda, Samved, Yajurved and Atharvaved. So in Rig Veda there is a description of dhyan and meditations and various kind of spiritual practices that are being mentioned in Rig Veda. and the various kind of yogasanas and pranayam, they are being explained in Yajurveda. So we can see like this yoga, the yoga is extreme old, and it is not something that has been devised after International Day of Yoga, but it is existing in the whole world from ancient era. These evidences are still available in our texts, in our ancient Vedas, and in the form of Patanjali Sutras. For example, if we go with the Taittiriya Upanishad, that is a sub-Veda. Upanishad means sub-Veda. It's been said that the human being is made up of 5 layers or 5 sheaths, like Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha. When we say Annamaya Kosha, that means we are talking about our physical body, which is made up of the food that we eat. Anna means food. So this is the first sheath that is visible according to yoga. This is the first sheath that is visible to all of us. When we talk to each other, it is the outermost sheath which we consider in yoga. It's a very peel. After that is Pranamaya Kosha. So Pranamaya Kosha means the physiological sheath, like whatever the physiological processes are happening, which we are not able to see with our eyes, neither we can sense it. But it is not like these, all the chemical processes that are happening in our system are not happening. They are happening every moment, but it is just like we are not able to see it, we are not aware of it. So that sheath in Taittiriya Upanishad has been said as Pranamaya Kosha. After that is the Manomaya Kosha, that is the mental sheath, the how we think, how we feel, what are our emotions, how various kind of thoughts all the time going on in our mind and in our body. Because yoga do not say just like thoughts are here only. According to yoga, these thoughts are throughout our body, like with various channels of manas, and these thoughts are present throughout our body. So that's why it's been said like whatever we think, that's how we will feel. Because if we are thinking positive thoughts, it will create positive impact in our system. If we create some kind of negative thoughts, it will yield negative effect in our system. That's why a lot of importance has been given in yoga, like how to deal with unpleasant situations. Because when we are going in this world, all the time the situations will not be so pleasant for us. But how not to make our chemistry inside the body bad, how not to make our Manomaya Kosha bad, that is the whole science about yoga. After that is Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is the internal intellectual wisdom and intellect with which we are able to see clearly, like what are the things that are disturbing us, what is the solution for these things, how we can solve these things. All the answers are coming from this Vijnanamaya Kosha, like how to solve problems, like if some problem has came, like how to develop your Vijnanamaya Kosha so that you will be able to solve this problem. It is not like these sheets are working only after yoga. To some humans, these sheets are working naturally. Some people are naturally very aware how to deal with situations, how to deal with problems. And it's been said like maybe they have lifetime sadhana from their past life or past life karmas that make them so aware, like they are able to see things. And after that is Anandamaya Kosha, that's been explained in yoga. Like this Anandamaya Kosha is a state of blissfulness in which a person, if achieved this Anandamaya Kosha, nothing in the world can disturb it. That's why yoga becomes extremely important, and the people who love yoga, they have little bit experiences of this bliss and they want to attain the state of this bliss, which you cannot have with exercise. So yoga says like yoga is nothing but is just the transcendence of a human from gross to more subtler way of life, that is bliss.